What's up? How's it going? Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Regular day. Just stuff. Thank you for asking though. It's much appreciated. I'm glad you care so much. Well, if you really must know, I am a bit stressed at the moment. Not me personally. I'm here with a glass of water playing a game from the confines of my lavish home. Lavish being adequate home. With a chair and a computer capable of running Sunless Skies. Worrying about first world problems. So yeah, I do say so myself. I'm not too stressed, but my crew is fucked. That's the only problem. That's what happens when you go to Carolyn, is, well, people lose their shit. Just a little bit. Oh yes, a saying, or a saying. Because whenever you're around there, you'll be saying, shit, I can't do that, because fuck my life. I don't know. A saying I've never used before. It's overpriced and probably doesn't give you anything good. Let's hope that my crew doesn't lose their shit and I have to start again. Carolyn. Maybe they screened The Exorcist there because I'm shitting myself. Ooh. Who is this man? I've not seen you. Lustrum, Prospectors Quarter. The frantic, hustling heart of Lustrum, crammed with prospectors, peddlers and purveyors of essential and occasionally legal services. Most business takes place here unless you're a dreamer seeking your fortune in the clean fields. I would. Would you take $2? No. Another thing that I have a little quibble with this game, you can't mark your map. If I could mark my map, I would be drawing penises while going along the sky just because I need something to do. But I'd also be marking to say if, you know, I needed to come back to a certain spot. Recruit the Fortunate Navigator. A Fortunate Navigator is thoroughly examining your engine's pipework. Crucial bit, this. Look how it's been maintained. Beautiful. With stoker beams. And that was me. A mid-flight patch too. Well, fuck you. You won't take my money, then you won't craft my ship. Just admire it from a distance and think of how little self-respect you would have if you took my deal. Explore Lustrum. What was briefly a modest, pleasant town on the mother of mountains now runs on increasingly desperate dreams of riches. Fools sell their futures for the chance to mine years from the mountain's frozen sides. Sharper minds sell pickaxes, supplies, the promise of a warm bend at the end of a bitter's day of work. Reports. We're going to search for the amenable host's identity. Search for the amenable host's identity. Successful prospectors tend to leave their mark on the mountain. People remember those who are able to leave flush with ours. The locket is passed around the camps of prospectors. Most scratch their heads, others sigh and look away. An elderly prospector approaches carrying her hat in her hands.
You're the one looking for old Grey? She sighs. Long dead. Shot. South of the mountain. Wouldn't share his hours full. No point rising high on the mountain if there's no one at the bottom holding you up.
Well, no conclusive evidence. The Hanged Man. Visit the Hanged Man pub. An embossed plaque under the hastily painted sign reveals this miner's pub to have once been the Empress Lustrum Guest House. Its once fine mahogany tables and chairs, now a little bit sawdust on the floor and a lingering smell in the fireplace. Irritable miners jockey for space by insufficient fireplaces. They pay for the overpriced drinks with their dwindling coins or lowest quality hours. A few fortunates bear the mark of minor success. The baby soft hands they come from regularly handling unseasoned hours. Buy a drink for the miners? No. They approach the figure in the corner. It sits wrapped in a dusty, disintegrating shroud, nursing the flagon that never goes to where its lips presumably are. The cloaked figure beckons to you.
Valuables for sale.
It wheezes, his voice throaty and high-pitched.
Exchange for buried time, yes? Please?
It offers unusual relics in exchange, a few rusted coins that would barely buy transport anywhere else. Talk to Mr. Penny's. The miners try to ignore it, but it must have some reason to bother setting up its stall here. The importance of a second.
Everything ends.
The figure wheezes.
Even law. For everything, a reckoning. Need help, need hours. Postpone reckoning. Shadows with thistle ropes and broken wings waiting on riverbank to catch final breath. Everything dies. Must outlast. We trade, yes. Trade hours. We trade hours now, yes. Good quality merchandise.
I'm gonna... Nice talking to you. I'm gonna go over here. Okay. Recruit the rat brigade.
Oi! Down here!
3 rats glower up at you from below a table, where spilt beer has trickled down to form a rat-reachable puddle. The smallest, most scared rat is called Cinders. She introduces her companions.
This,
she indicates, the rat wearing goggles,
is my second Petronella, our mechanic.
She gestures towards a rat with glossy fur.
This our aging provocateur, Albrecht.
The rat inclines his head.
We need a locomotive.
These battle-hardened rats are all that remain of the Rat Regiment, a mercenary company active in the early days of the Winchester War.
Used to be a dozen of us. Best sappers around,
says Cinders.
Now look at us.
Her whiskers twitch.
Time for that later. We'll pay, nurse.
Oh, if you thought there was nothing more annoying than Alvin and the Chipmunks, well, I just proved you wrong. My voice for them is perhaps the worst. Visit Murgatroyd's Golden Tea Shop. Some come for the fine teas, others for the carefully prepared manila folders underneath the counter. All agree that the scones are divine. An oasis of London civility and culture in a town with little of either. Melusine Murgatroyd stands proudly behind the display of fresh scones and slightly yellowing cream buns. A small wooden table with successful prospects and their significant others welcome themselves to the world of the nouveau riche with a spot of afternoon tea. Pinky fingers stand proud and erect from bone china cups covertly topped up with moonshine. So we're going to avoid getting a cup of tea since we've lost some stress. Speak to Melusine Murgatroyd. She single-handedly runs both the family business and the family business, unless you count the small gaggle of overworked and underpaid maids, which Melusine does not. Smelling faintly of burned hair, she tinkers with the latest invention intended to be her ticket out of both this no-horse town and her father's control. Eyebrows, she confirms, are a small price to pay for scientific progress. Look at Melusine's inventions. Her wet shop has slowly taken over the back room of the salon. An assortment of terrible opportunities. Melusine glows with pride as you examine her mostly untested inventions. The clockwork lens array that offers superhuman levels of telescopic sight, provided you can insert all 6 sharp brass hooks under your eyelids. The internal combustion privy, ideal for handling unpleasant waste products and warming whatever's left of your house after the inevitable explosion. An automated pickaxe capable of striking Earth 7 times a second. Melusine nods, irritated.
Pity about the minor bone-shattering issue.
The only thing she won't let you poke at is a twisted arrangement of glassware and electricity in the corner.
That's not mine. Not entirely. I'm still working on it. Complicated. You know if you know. If you don't, I shouldn't say.
I've never been more confused in my life. Leaving. Goodbye. I'm not going to seek a claim of my own. I have some men, but I really don't have the money for it. This is the Windward Company. We're going to explore Lustrum. Explore Lustrum. This port started as an enclave of well-off Londoners hoping to absorb the youthful energy of the mountain. Then the prospectors arrived. Your boots crunched through the snow, clean and bright, lacking the lingering sadness of London's ammonia-suffused laker. The townspeople nod politely to you, a distinguished visitor, but avert their eyes from the grizzled prospectors and get-rich-quick merchants who have taken over their slice of civilization on the mountain. They wait patiently for a day when the mountain has nothing more to offer, and the uncouth invaders finally leave, hoping that something still remains when all the value has finally been plundered. Speak with the watcher by the station. He stirs your crew as you disembark your engine. Turns away when none emerge holding anything. He is clearly agitated. Missing in delivery.
Sorry,
the man apologizes.
I didn't mean to stare. Just been waiting for delivery from London. Really important supplies. I don't suppose you might be heading anywhere near the relay to Albion, would you? If you could check if anything's happened to it, we'd really appreciate it.
Albion Transit Relay. Yeah, I know. Don't tell me what to do, man. Visit the Windward Company. Tensions between the company and the tactics grow by the day. Poison air coming from Windward's processing factory is only the latest insult. Turned away at the door, the Windward Company was not the first to begin harvesting the mountain, but no other came in harder or faster once the hours were detected. The company began by bribing prospectors to sign over successful claims and even offering to help process the lucky prospectors' hours in their huge factory ovens. But netty men are cheap, and big sticks even cheaper. As the claims began running out, things changed quickly. Now the whole facility is out of bounds. The guard is uninterested in any business you might have. No, she does not know who you are or care who you may be friends with. This branch is a closed facility. Certainly, it is closed to you. Alright, well, I'll just take my business elsewhere. Impounded goods. I'm not going to do that. That seems like a foolish endeavor. I'm going to visit Sweet Jane's counting house. A little accountancy firm, snuggled in the snowy drifts. Sweet Jane oversees everything herself. The transference of funds, the balance of probabilities, the transportation of commodities, the termination of contracts. She is huddled behind her desk, swaddled in a monstrously ugly red scarf. She fiddles with the abacus with one gloved hand. She heats the other over a little coal fire. One good eye focuses on you. She smiles. Listen to Sweet Jane's offer. She surveys you alarmingly. She limps to the window. Snow batters the window pane. The shadow of the mountain is all but lost in the blizzard. The lantern light means the offices of the Windward Company are just about visible.
I was raised by the company.
Children are fast workers, you understand. Fingers drum on the windowsill.
Such a waste. When they see men, they see labour. Where they see time, they see chains with which to bind us. But where they see death in the skies, I see victory.
She turns to you and smiles.
Bring me nameplates, torn from London ships. I will see you adequately compensated.
That seems like a great deal, and I'm sure it will offend no one. Accept her offer. You will hunt London locomotives and bring their nameplates to Sweet Jane. She reaches out and touches your hand just for a moment. Hers is ice cold. Thank you. Well, when the devil makes a deal with you, just you gotta bargain the right price, right? Lustrum, away! Discontent. A junior signaller receives a dose of medicinal port in the infirmary after seeing a frozen corpse spin past a window. The experience has shaken him. The dead are hungry, he says. We need to make an offering, or it'll come back, a knocking at the hole. Oh! 2 fuel, no. I reprimand him. Stuff and nonsense. Discipline. The crew returns sheepishly to duty, but continues to jump every time debris clangs on the hull. It is debris. You're almost certain. You alright there, mate? Had a bit to drink last night. I know the feeling. What is that? What is that sound? I don't know if you can hear it. It's like a... how do I describe it? Someone... You've got like a table mat, which is made of plastic. You know, one of those tabletops you get to stop the food from going onto the table itself. And you're scrunching. In fact, I have one here. There you go. It's that kind of sound. I don't know. Why is it happening? It's slightly unsettling. Oh. The thing on the mantelpiece. You're in possession of a certain otherworldly artifact. It has begun to appear persistently in your dreams, never prominent, but always present. Set innocuously on a mantelpiece, half hidden in a shadowed corner, carried casually by a loved one. Okay, that might have been a dumb idea, but fuck, that hurts. Burn it, a more certain approach. Consumed. You stoke the fire pit to a roaring blaze and cast the artifact inside. The flames leap. You have nights, your dreams are your own. Nothing intrudes on them except your own familiar fears and fancies. Nihilism. That's pretty much it. The great fear of our generation. Well, we'll just get back an otherworldly artifact. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. We won't burn this again, will we? Please, don't burn this one. I need it. I wonder if we can harvest the organs of our crew and sell them on the black market. I'm tempted to do it. Look at how much cash I have. Here we go. Let's do the ambition first. Privately, you examine the letter. The staunch sergeant's handwriting, never neat, is clearly hurried. There are several unfinished trains of thought angrily struck through. She writes coyly of having embarked on a journey of the most fundamental discovery and having uncovered celestial secrets. She says she wants to discuss her progress with you, but does not say where or when. The envelope also contains a collection of unfinished crosswords cut from the newspaper. "Oh, I guess we'll find it in there, won't we?" decode a hidden message. She always hated crosswords, and the phrasing of the letter is stilted, as if she had to use certain words in certain places. There is a concealed message here, you are certain, and the crosswords are key to it. Gee, couldn't figure that one out on her own. Eureka! Late nights, a score of failed attempts bunched up and thrown into the fire, but at last you are successful. The page is concealed to not one hidden message, but two, each complicating and confounding the other. The first is an exhortation to meet at the same place and under the same circumstances that you last parted. That was in London during the annual Jubilation Day festivities that commemorate the Empire's conquest of Sun. Second is a sequence? The second is a sequence of letters picked from the crosswords, which alone took entire nights to complete. You scribble them down on the back of the envelope. T, H, E, S, T, A. The stars are dying. That's what she's saying. Ambition, the truth. Okay. It's true. Did you see how many celebrity deaths there were in 2016? The stars truly are dying. This menagerie is passing through New Winchester. A tat posted by the station advertises the services of a Mr. Menagerie, purveyor of fine scouts. An accompanying picture displays a tall, cloaked figure, slightly stooped, clutching an array of adorable little beasts close to its long chest. Visit Mr. Menagerie. A pile of cages loom out of the smog. The cloaked figure looks up as you approach. His garnet-hued eyes gleam from the darkness of its hood. "Scouts!" he rasps hopefully, his voice like a cleaver on a whetstone. We're trying for scouts. Things but stories. He leans close to you. We're leaving soon. Translation, we're leaving soon. No. Oh, that feels so bad. So close, but away. Mr. Menagerie nods his head. We are moving somewhere elsewhere soon, but we'll even not say where we have gone. We'll have more things to show and stories to tell. It turns away, humming an eerie tune to itself as it gathers up things for the leg of the journey. Oh yeah, that's Kanye's latest album. Got him. Where are you? A note from Mr. Menagerie. The poster of the station has been torn down and there is no sign of Mr. Menagerie itself. Coloured figures lurk in the fog, but none have a collection of adorable little beasts. Station master waves you over. Mr. Menagerie has left a note for you. Read the note. It should tell you where Mr. Menagerie is headed. Somewhere old, somewhere new. We got to Regent's Obelisk, which I made into a gaudy amusement. Okay, so you've gone to Polymers and Plenty's obscure name title that trumps PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds for the worst name in history. That place is what you're talking about? Okay. Why is my terror still so fucking high? It should have dipped by now. I don't understand what's happening. Okay, we're gonna take a visit to Port Avon first. I'm gonna see if we can get some supplies or anything. Anything, please. I'm out of money. My crew have lost respect for me. For some reason, my terror is still at astronomical amounts, despite the fact that it's supposed to clear my terror. My computer's lagging. Trump is president. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, Trump jokes. Got him. We're in dark times indeed. Actually, a lot of games that are coming from developers and studios are mediocre or failing. the poster child of this being Anthem. I am gonna fuck your mum. What the hell? Why? The thing in the mist. A sudden jolt. I think we hit something, nurse, the driver observes. The driver's expendable, so his voice is always changing, because he's always dying. The mists are thick. You turn back and search for it. Trust, no... Okay, so I offered it to the burrow below. The burrower once tunneled paths through the sky. She is always hungry. Capricious. Trust no gifts. Superstitions, Stoker once remarked. If the thing crosses your path, offer it up. On this occasion, though, maybe the offering was not for God's taste. Later that day, you glimpsed Leviathan shapes moving through the fog. That's bullshit. Would you stop? Man, I know I'm being evicted. Stop dropping me the letters. Sudden disquiet as you attend to your paperwork. You feel the insistent crawl of watchful eyes on the back of your neck. No one is behind you. It would be possible, ridiculous to even entertain the notion that someone is behind you. Ignore the sensation as best as you can, or turn your head. You're getting into Goosebumps territory. If you turn your head, turn to page 485, you died. I'm going to turn my head. Turn your head, who is spying on you while you work. As it turns out, there is no one there. Just an empty room. And a window offering a view onto the star-sprinkled void. Someone clinging to the hull outside, peering through the window. Surely not. Yet when you return to your paperwork, you will once again feel watched. Shutter the window, stare out the window, get back to work. I'm going to do the things that are worst. Stare out the window, is someone out there. You. The stars gleam back smugly, providing no answers. Shuddering, you return to your desk. By the end of the night, the papers are in disarray and you have a headache. Come morning, you discover you accidentally signed off on jettisoning some supplies. It's too late to undo the damage, but you make a mental note to avoid working under such stress. Fucking hurts, man. Now I have one fucking I'm a bit angry, and I might have to start this entire playthrough again because of some stupid bullshit. Man, this game just fucking kills me. Here's a little thing we can do. It's called being a good gamer. So, I mean, what can I say? I could have gone there and then, with no money, done one port report. I wouldn't have died. I would have just returned the port report, gotten some money to get some more fuel. And then we would have had to do a really slow, boring, arduous thing. Or we could just do it like I'm doing now and save scum to get a better outcome so that I can just avoid an already frustrating amount of gameplay time wasted. Lags here. So if it sounds like I'm bitter, it's just because I accidentally bought more fuel than supplies, and it's entirely my fault. And new Winchesters provided me with no stress relief whatsoever. New Winchester, home to stress relief and it gives me none. Needle acupuncture is supposed to be stress relieving, but man, it really doesn't. It just hurts. The problem is, I want to keep consistently moving through the story, and at this rate, we are going slow. Real slow. That's better. Okay. We're on the up and up. Not really, but if I say it, it makes me feel better about our current circumstances. Again. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. I'm never carrying one of these things ever again. Take it. You open a hatch and fling the artifact out into the sky, following it with imprecations about how it is unwanted. I've not gone insane here, right? That's what it is saying. How is unwanted. How it is unwanted and unwelcome and unloved. Is that what he meant to say? Not is. The wind snatches it away. Did that work? I'm going to be honest here. I don't think this is going to have lasting repercussions. If they didn't even go back to check and edit the writing itself to make sure there was no is, I highly doubt they've made a deeper thing than that. L&S Loading Bay. Leadbeater and Stainrod is an elderly London company, the custodians of the Empire's first supernal nature reserve. To find work with them, head for Capabilities Cabins. If you'd rather enjoy the reserve, seek the gateway of Albert Idle. Leadbeater and Stainrod Bay. This concrete base for loading and unloading locomotives. Wow, who would have thought? It disappoints tourists who expect to arrive at scenic waterside. Mainly caters for the workers of the Leadbeater and Stainrod Company who come to collect goods from laboratories here. Cable cars link to the main reserve below and scientific base at Capabilities in Quest. Gather a port report. Why not? Converse with fellow captains. Boy, there's only one captain on this ship, and it's me. Converse with your fellow captains. What brings them out this way? For a few, it's the work provided by Leadbeater and Stainrod. For the rest, the reason is the same. They're drawn by the beauty of the reserve. Some are here with tourists from across the Empire. Others are here to give their crews a respite. Others were simply passing by and couldn't resist stopping. Okay. Clump of Capabilities Inquest, a clump of cabins used by Leadbeater and Stainrod's researchers as they plumb and catalogue the secrets of the reserve. Enterprising captains may find work for the company here. The base of research. The researchers of the reserve have a number of laboratories scattered among the tourists' cabins. From here they study the mysteries of the Reach. Read the request to all park goers as a researcher of the reserve has pinned up a call for aid. We want to study the powerful forces of nature at work in the Reach so that we may improve the life of all citizens of the Empire. If you are an intrepid sort and willing to aid our earnest efforts, we are offering a reward for the following. I see you're interested. The phlegmatic researcher has wheeled up behind you. His left leg is raised, perhaps to reduce the very obvious swelling. The keys to understanding the remarkable principles of growth and cultivation are waiting here. We just need suitable specimens. If you aid our research, I'll ensure you're properly remunerated. Inquire into the phlegmatic researcher's current course of study. What mysteries is he delving into? Currently, I'm making a study of the orderliness of the Reach. It may be untamed, but a firm logic has guided its growth. I wish to better understand this principle. Oh, good. Well, I'm never coming back here again, but thank you for the offer. This place is not the most lucrative, hence I don't really come to it. Leadbeater and Stenrod Nature Reserve is an immense, untrodden hinterland that reaches unreasonably fecund flora and fauna. It is popular with London's more outdoorsy tourists. Into the reserve, the park is filled with birds and flowers, trees and woodland creatures, streams and bumbling insects and other insidious dangers. Visitors are not allowed to enter or venture too deeply into the reserve without an escort. Arrange for a guide. Tour guides are essential in this place. Park guests are forbidden from entering the deep sections of the reserve alone. Okay. The only person available to help you is a romantic ornithologist. He is lean and plainly dressed with a long, wiry beard. The other researchers introduce you. Do you know our colleague here? One indicates the ornithologist is looking for the mythical bird whose beak pecks away at the mountain of eternity. They stifle giggles. The ornithologist maintains his smile and gestures towards the forest path. I'll be glad to show you the reserve. I hope you'll join me later. You can often find me at the watchtower. Alright, you strange cadenced man. Go visit the ornithologist. If he is not hiking through the wilderness or camping beneath the bough of one of the great trees, he sat alone in his watchtower, watching for his bird. He nods as you enter. Welcome, T. I don't know what this voice is, but it's magical. Ask about the bird. He's researching a mythical bird. What is it and why? There are other birds I could study, of course, he says, shrugging. But that's not the point. We had thought this bird a myth. The bird who wears away the mother of mountains, pebble by pebble. But miners have seen it. The heavens are home to improbable things. I'll visit you again. Ask about the reserve. How does he find the wilderness? He smiles like a child. It is my home, he says. My church. Ask about his fellow researchers. Is he on good terms with the other scientists? The ornithologist tilts his head from side to side. I get on better alone. It's not that I don't enjoy company, but... He scratches his beard. I think it's a difference in philosophy. They want to conquer nature and her secrets. I want to be her confidant. So you're fucking cows then? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Take a quick trip into the reserve. The ornithologist is happy to oblige your interest. The romantic ornithologist clasps his hands with quiet delight when he sees you. I found a most wonderful place. Shall we? You delve into the reserve together. The birds sing around you. The flowers offer sweet perfumes. A pleasing breeze tumbles through a glade and whistles around a mountain bend. That's it. Let's bounce, people.